future, I will be swapping this motor out. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to me manually swapping my SMG 2004 SMG E46 BMW M3. Now this is something I've done in the past, manually swap these cars, so this video is going to jump around a bit. It's going to be good for reference, and it's going to be good for some detail, but I'm not going to go into every nook and cranny of this swap. I will link one of my older videos when I originally did this years ago in the description. That way you guys could reference back to that. Or there's actually quite a few videos out now of guys manually swapping these. When I did it years ago, there was no videos out, so I had put out like a 5 or 6 series video set for anyone that wanted to do this years ago. But yeah, guys, so the reason why I'm manually swapping this one is because I didn't originally want to manually swap this car at this time, but I'm doing it because I actually just installed a built Ford 8.8 rear end on this car. Obviously I have plans for the future. We'll get to that a little bit later. But yeah, there's a built Ford 8.8 entire subframe on the rear end of this car now. Straight, bones to the bones, bad to the bones, setup. And when I have a custom built drive shaft, but when I went to install the drive shaft and hook everything up and drive this thing around with the SMG transmission, I was then met with the defeat of the drive shaft. You cannot run a one-piece drive shaft, or you just can't run an upgraded drive shaft, period, with the proper fittings with the SMG actuator. Sucks. So when I found that out after spending XYZ on the rear, I realized I got no choice after I reached out to all support that I'm going to have to manually swap this car and get rid of the SMG actuator that does the shifting, the electronic shifting for you in the car. So without further ado, let's manually swap the car. Let's turn this thing into a 3-pedal, self-shifting M3, which most would say is the proper way to have a BMW E46 M3 anyway. I've always had them that way, but kind of wanted to just roll around with the SMG for a little while, but it is what it is. I guess it wasn't meant for me to roll around with the SMG. So let's get into it. Alright, so I already started, guys. As you can see, it's just the air box. Took out the air box. It's actually sitting outside right now. Next thing is to just take out these 4 connections, loosen these 4 connections that's on the SMG pump, which is right there. And then there's a bolt underneath the SMG pump. Gonna take this bracket out and then just lift the pump out, get under the car, and keep moving forward with this process. Alright, guys, so after much waiting, you can see the dirt on my face because it got messy under there. Man, I hate doing this. I keep doing it, but I hate doing it, right? But yeah, after all that, SMG transmission is out. So now, basic steps, just take off these lines here, these hydraulic lines, take off this slave cylinder, and yeah, take off this whole actuator, because this whole actuator is our whole problem, because of this piece here, why the drive shaft doesn't fit on the adapter. And that's why SMG does not work with Ford rear ends. Then I got over here, I got the SMG pump, which is in great condition or whatever. I just cleaned it up a little bit, so if anybody needs an SMG pump, here you go. You can have it for a fraction of what these things go for. I think they sell for like $800. Take that one for $4. Whew. But yeah, gonna just continue breaking it all apart, take the bell housing off, ship the bell housing out to AMS, and let's roll. Alright guys, so since you know, transmission is so dirty and the bell housing is gonna look damn near brand new when it gets here. Furthermore, if I'm changing something, I don't want dirty parts going back on the car, so you know, I change everything, make everything nice and clean and pretty. So as you can see, pulled out the pressure washer. This is the under panel. It's also a little bit dirty. A little bit of oil that was spilled from the SMG pump, but you know, and that was, I just cleaned the pump on there, but the car actually got no leaks, which is great. This is dirty. You can see nothing has been serviced on this car. So let's pressure wash it all. Let's clean it all up. It's starting to look a lot better than it did before, but I'm just gonna get some degreaser. See, that's starting to look a lot better too. Some degreaser and spray on these, let them sit for a little bit, and then wash it off. It's all clean, guys. All right. So now that that's all cleaned up, it actually looked like something now. Now I'm gonna just remove all these bolts. I'm going straight around and just pop off the bell housing, pack it in a box, ship it off. It's never a complete job for me if I don't get hurt. Still bleeding behind this makeshift band-aid, but it is what it is, right? Part of the job. Alright guys, this is all 10 bolts have been taken off the bell housing. And this is the time where you get your mallet out. You gotta knock this thing off. But first, I'm gonna kind of just prop it up a little bit. And yeah. So after, there's like four little washers inside here. You got to be mindful about, they are going to fall off. The best way to knock this thing is on the bottom here. Got some ears right here. And of course, the whole thing is leaking on my damn floor. There they go. They all just fell on the floor. So this is what I'm talking about. There's 4 of these little guys that always fall out. I got 2 right here. Find the other 2. one right here. Got the other pin there. I don't know where the other two went. There we go. There we go. Got them all. You got to remember they come right off of the shaft. This right here. There's a shaft with 2 pins. And these go on there. For right now, I'm just going to take these out so I don't lose them. But I'm definitely going to remember to put them back. Will that clear up a little bit? For now, clean up my mess. What's up, guys? Welcome back to about a week later, and this thing just showed up in the mail. So the bell housing is back, and for you guys that are doing this for the first time, I've done this already, but this is the spring. This is a spring that they install and the detents, and they machine out these 2 holes here, and now we have a manual bell housing, which is gonna go in that transmission. So kind of left off, did quite a few things since the last time, because this project got kind of delayed waiting on shipment for things. But as you can see, there's a 3rd pedal already in there. I mean, like I said, I've done this before, so I will link my old video, but the 3rd pedal is in there. Oh man, I need some light. Hold on, let me get some light for you guys. Third pedal's there, and the master cylinder's there. You know, it's all hooked up. I have the hose back here. It's plumbed outside. Show you that in a second. I also have the hose that's gonna go from the transmission right here. It's plumbed, and that line actually runs right behind the carpet here and through a hole. There is a factory hole that's like right back here. That goes through. Then up here, I got the shifter. Just bring my light up. Got the shifter. It's not mounted yet. I didn't want to mount it until I put the transmission in, but the hole, I did drill out the hole. Let me just get this out the way. Drilled out the hole. I'll show you guys what this is in a minute. That's all drilled out, and just kind of cut off the screws that mounted the SMG shifter. That's cut off. Hole. And yeah, so this right here is actually going to be my boot. This is a plunger. So, you know, I improvise. If you guys have watched this channel, I improvise. I like to do my own things. Yeah, I could have paid $60 for the actual piece, but nah, I wanted to spend $3 for this and cut it up, mock it up. And it's going to basically just sit right there, just like the $60 piece. Yeah, so that's where this is at now. I did not, let's just go in here real quick. So as you can see right here, I have the hose. Hold on, where is it? Where did the hose go? It kind of fell down. No, it's there though. The hose coming from the master cylinder, it's actually right there. You can see it. It just kind of fell down. And when everything is connected, then I'm just going to cut this off and just plumb it on there. And then we'll get fluid from the reservoir, go into the master and slave cylinder. But what I want to show you guys is the most important thing of putting a transmission together is, first of all, you want to make sure that you clean this entire thing around, clean off all the grease, all the oil off of it, and make sure you take any old glue off. I'm going to be using some ultra black RTV gasket maker, and just going to be going all the way around that. But one of the big things is I got this pan of grease here, and I have these little dowels and these little circle pieces, and where these go, they go right here. Do not forget to put these back, otherwise you won't be shifting anything. And be careful not to drop them in the transmission as well, because if they drop down there, you're in trouble. So yeah, so now what I like to do is take this grease and pack some grease on these to hold these in place, to basically just hold them in place when I put them on. Yeah, so that grease holds it in place there. You can see how it just sticks to my hand. That's how you want it to. That's how you want it to stick to this, to that dowel. Just like that. Get a little bit of grease on your finger. That's too much. Come over here. Pick one of these guys up. See? Just sticks to my hand. That's what you want. Come over here and just place it on. Place it on a dowel. And we got one more. Get a little bit of grease. Pick this guy up. Yeah. So now that's perfect. All of them, those are not going to move or fall off, because that goes, I don't know if I could show you on camera, but basically it goes right in this hole here. But yeah, let me apply some RTV and then keep going. Alright guys, so after that painful task, I hate doing, but anyway, just went around each screw, you know, made a consistent line all the way around with the RTV, and now I'm just gonna go place the bell housing on. About probably like about 4 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks since the swap actually have been done. I'm doing the outro as well as the same time that I did the intro for this video. You know, the car's been driving around, excellent. Everything is great. I did upgrade. There is a few things at the end of the video that you didn't see. So basically everything is in reverse, you know, put the transmission back in there and everything else. But I did upgrade a few things since I was already in there. And what I did, I put a lightweight flywheel from Turner Motorsports. So, that gives you a little bit faster acceleration, which is great. And it feels very good. Brand new clutch. I put a brand new clutch in the car. Do keep in mind, guys, it is very important, very pertinent that you change all the proper bearings and bearings or bushings or seals while you're in there. I put a brand new rear main seal on the engine because literally I'm right there. It only makes sense to do that. Put a brand new input shaft seal on the transmission because those are very easy and those are easy to leak, get messed up, prone to leak. Put a brand new output shaft on a brand new output shaft seal on the transmission as well, and a brand new shifter seal on the transmission as well, because those are all weak points. Those are all old, worn out seals, and it just makes sense to change them while you're there, even if they're leaking or not showing any signs of leaks. Mine did not show any signs of leak, but it only made sense to change them because I'm there and I would just be saving myself a lot of work in the process. Another important thing is make sure you change your throwout bearing. Throwout bearing, just put a brand new one. It doesn't really cost you anything. It's like $20 for the bearing. But I know a lot of guys, and I've seen a lot of guys do this swap, and they just reuse all these old things trying to nickel and dime the entire swap, and it absolutely makes no sense to do that. Just change all these wear and tear items. It will save you so much money and work in the future. But yeah, guys, besides that, the car feels amazing. It's a fairly, I don't know, I guess I would say it's somewhat fairly good, easy to do. I don't really want to use the word easy, but it's something that can be done if you have a few tools and somewhat mechanically inclined. I mean, out of 5 stars, 5 being the most difficult, 1 being not so difficult, I would probably give this a 3.5, 4 stars, because you do have to pull the transmission out and pull off and do quite a few things, some things of which you saw in this video. But yeah, check it out, guys. It looks great. Car's sitting well. You can see went with this carbon shifter, and that thing, it's a short shifter and it shifts amazing. This shifter actually mounts directly to the chassis, so you do not need the extra arm, and it's so crisp. It feels wonderful. Like I said, third pedal's in there. I did actually I got this Alcantara stitch from, I stitched this myself actually, because I bought this and I was just like, just kind of stitch it up myself. Didn't actually cost me too much money. Looks great. Got rid of the SMG paddles because I hate when people do this swap and still have the paddles in there. It looks silly. But yeah, that's it. Car's sitting good. Wheels are for sale because I'm gonna be doing a square rear setup. So I'm gonna be doing 2 OEM rears on the front and 2 OEM rears also, on the back, and then also on the front. So I will be selling the entire setup. All right, guys, so now that the swap is completely done, some of you might be asking yourself, why why did you put a Ford rear end in here? It's totally not necessary with the entire S54. With the S54 motor, it does not put out enough power for me to even use that 8.8 rear end even in the slightest bit. So, you know, a lot of you guys know I'm LS crazy. I love the LS motor platform, the V8 LS from Chevy. So in the future, I will be swapping this motor out and doing a very, very unique build on this car with an LS motor. It's going to be told something different, something that no one has ever seen. I actually came up with this amazing idea, and I just cannot wait to financially support it because it is going to cost quite a bit, but it's going to be dope. So, you know, if you're into the E46 builds, you know, anything that I do with the E46, you're going to want to stay tuned. You're going to want to stick around, you know, push this video out, you know, let people know that there's bigger plans coming. Also, the S54 swap is for sale. Like, you know, at any minute, if someone give me the right price, which the price I am selling the entire manual transmission now, manual transmission, and the S54 motor, DME computer, all of that, I am going to be selling the entire thing for $6,500, which is dirt cheap, as a lot of you may know, but it's okay. It will put a dent into the new build. So yeah, if you're interested in a motor and tranny swap, you want to put it in something that you know, I'll tear this thing out in a day, in a couple hours. But yeah, guys, listen, stay tuned. You know, like this video, comment below. Let me know if you want to see more of this E46 stuff, and I will make more videos on this car if this is something that you guys like. Otherwise, you'll just catch the updates as they go on, like you are catching the updates now. All right, guys, until next time, thank you. Peace.